Tim, can I ask you a question? Let's say that you are in charge of education in America.
Yes.
Okay. What would you do?
If I was in charge of education in America, number one, I would try to assert the idea that higher education itself needs to be for a purpose, and that there needs to be more of a purpose driven from middle school through high school. We need to start getting kids to think rationally about their skill set and their ability. And I don't think it's a good idea for these kids to take out hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of loans to, go away for 4 years, not have a solid plan and not execute, and then graduate mired in debt without really a pathway to paying any of it back, and spending their 20s and maybe a good part of their 30s incapable of owning a home, incapable of owning anything with no real investments. So I think this idea that you should follow your dream, which is this toxic American idea that I don't subscribe to. I think people have natures, they have skill sets, and they actually have to do something within the realm of that. And it requires being honest with children, which no one wants to do. And I would try to re-engineer education to be a more practical place where you would apply some of the skills that you actually had. I'm not saying people shouldn't be able to experiment or have freedom, but I do think that we've told a lie to people, which is that they can be anything they want to be and do anything they want to do. And by the way, and here's a bunch of loans to do it. Here's hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of debt. So now you can go into debt without any plan or any logical sense of what you want to do. I think we should start putting people into a more realistic mindset in high school about what needs to happen. Otherwise, they're taken advantage of and abused by these systems of higher education where they graduate mired in debt and without any type of standing in society.
I want to just address this because I think there's a moment here that I think will define a very different future for education, which is kind of a movement away from the current model of a school. AI is such a profound tool. The ability for AI to get to know your personality and just teach my kids the way they want to be taught through conversation, through engagement, through dialogue, knowing that some kids want to ask questions and some kids want to just be told stuff. Some kids work at one pace, other kids work at another pace. And I know this idea of personalized education using computing has been around now for decades, but we really are in this moment where the idea of spending, your first 18 years of life in a classroom where you're being told stuff that is, quote, the truth versus learning how to engage with the world, ask questions, explore your world, find and identify things that are interesting to you, have it delivered to you in a very personalized, meaningful, rich way that also makes you excited about certain things and helps usher you on to the next phase of your life of what do you want to do with this, and get kids out of this idea that you've got to go get the degree in order to get the job. And then I think that the workplace will adjust to that. I forgot who it is, whether it was Palantir or someone just started doing this.
They just did
a program where they're like, skip college, come and do your apprenticeship here. So instead of going to college, it's paid. You'll continue your education here. You'll work on projects. You'll make money, and you'll continue to have your development be done while you're learning a valuable skill. So I do think as AI kind of takes over education, I do expect that the workplace will change, Tim, and we will start to see more of this integration between education and workplace enabled by this AI-driven kind of development system, which is going to be radically different than what we have today.